Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome again. Welcome back to Anime on Draft. This is episode 198. My name is Mark. I'll be your host this week. Cheers to Alec and Rolando. Welcome back, gents. We got a hell of an episode. I've been waiting all day to use that one. I even wrote it down here. I was like, don't forget to start.
He's got a little post-it note.
This is going to make everybody laugh. This is golden. Thank you. Thank you. The slightly disappointing laugh track. We do have a lot to talk about, though. We're going over our 3-episode rule for the spring 2021 season. We'll be talking about 86, 86, and what's the other one? Bishonen Tanteiden. The third show that we have on slate for our 3-episode rule is not coming out until tomorrow, which is April 14th. So we will be talking about the first 2 episodes of that next week. We also got some more spring shows in the slate for you. Vivi, Nagatoro, Combatants Will Be Dispatched, Zombieland Saga Season 2. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of shows to talk about. Yeah, we also got some news for you a little bit later. And yeah, as I mentioned, we are drinking, or I didn't really mention it, sorry. We are drinking Hell's. I just said the joke and didn't even say, why that makes sense.
Well, you're drinking that.
Yeah, I am drinking the ABK Hell das Blau. It's a lager beer. It's a Hell's lager. Rolando, you're drinking the Enegren.
The lightest one, Munich style Hells.
And you are drinking
Spaten. Spaten.
Spaten. Nice.
There you go. Premium lager.
I've never seen that before.
Really?
But I have not.
It's good. They make a really good Oktoberfest beer as well.
They do.
Yeah, it's really very tasty. It's a good brewery. You should check them out.
If I see anything, I don't know. Maybe they have it. Maybe like Bevmo. They tend to have more like imported stuff over there than the local.
I'm pretty
place.
sure they have it.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for it.
Right by HB.
Yeah.
All
right. Cool. Well, I'm excited to hear your thoughts on that. Is that also just like a lager, just a
Hell's
style lager? Okay.
It's Hell's
A Hellas
style. Yeah, I was trying to find how they phrase it, but it just yeah, that's what it is.
I think all of them just say Hell's lager, Hell's style lager.
Yeah. I was trying to see if it said Hell's style or something else, but it says nothing. Lager. It just says premium lager.
Nice lager.
Nice lager.
Nice lager.
Nice bird. Oh man,
we should record one of us going nice lager.
Nice lager. Yeah. Well, let's sip on these beers. Let's jump into our 3-episode rule.
Chug it.
What are we talking about first? Let's just talk about Bishonen Tanteiden, the Pretty Boys Detective Club.
Let's do it.
So, Rolando, you have some more info on this show, and just the creators, writers. I think I completely forget. No, it's a Shaft show.
It's a Shaft show. Your typical Shinbo directed Shaft show, and of course, Drew said that it's penned by Nisio Isin, so same guy that does Monogatari, Katanagatari, like all those. So yeah, it's gonna be that Shaft show, but it seems to be Nisio Isin's shoujo take, right? So it does somewhat feel like that shoujo show, sort of like an Ikuhara show. The way I thought of it was if you took a typical Shaft Shinbo anime and an Ikuhara anime, and it had sex in the Oran High School host club room, then this anime.
That baby is just now a culmination of a 3-headed beast.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it felt. It was like Oran Host Club, but just little smashes of Shaft and Ikuhara. Yeah, it was interesting. Very interesting show. Alec, what were your first impressions of this show? I mean, going into it pretty blind, besides it being Pretty Boy Detective Club.
I heard the name and it was mystery. I think my first impression is I thought the animation was really good, of like everything I noticed, and then kind of what you guys are saying. It was just a mashup. It's definitely different. And it's good we're doing our 3-episode rule because I wouldn't normally watch it.
Yeah.
Not to say it's bad. It's just not really my style of show.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I want to say like I wasn't thrilled about watching it, but this definitely wouldn't have been one that I would really watch. I'd probably just been like, not exactly my cup of tea. So maybe I'll pass.
I like the mystery tag though, so I'm excited to get into the mystery.
I know we always say that we can't get enough good mystery shows, but it's hard to pull off. I mean, like every season, I think since last year has had some sort of like Sherlock Holmes / Moriarty show, right?
There's a Moriarty show this season. It's like a continuation. Yeah.
But still, like, no, seriously, like, I think it's every year since probably spring, there's been some sort of Sherlock Holmes show. And you can quote me on that.
All right, we will.
Quote him.
But, like, you know, we just get, like, a rehashing of
every
Sherlock
season
Holmes.
Since when?
Every season.
Since spring.
Probably since, like, last year.
Since spring? Okay.
I think so. I think there's like
don't quote me on it now, though.
Well, there was one last season. There was Kimono Jian was last season, so you at least have that.
I'll get off of Annie Chart then. I was about to do Devin's job.
Devin. But yeah, like, you know, we don't get enough mystery shows. Did this have a romance tag in it, or did I just mistake?
Did it?
I don't know. Let me look. And I just left Annie Chart.
I don't think it did, but
I don't remember having one, honestly.
Of note, because the main girl is voiced by the same voice actress of Haruhi from Host Club, or on Host Club. It just might be that, like, in the brain, it's just like, well, it's the same heroine, right? So
it's just comedy and mystery.
There's going to be a romance.
It's going to be some kind of
romance. It's just tagged as comedy and mystery.
Okay.
That's it.
I mean, I guess that's... how would you guys feel if this developed into, like, a romance show? I'm just like...
Then it would just be Ouran 2.0.
That's probably exactly what I would feel, too. I mean, the show itself was interesting. Like, the characters were unique. I guess that's why it gives that Ouran host feel. The little blonde boy is exactly like Honey from Ouran Host Club. Except with them
with the legs.
With them legs.
It's just every other shot of him is just doing
legs.
splits or something.
And I'll always wear shorts for the rest of my life.
For a second, like the first minute I saw him, I was like, is he not wearing shorts? Or is that just a really long t-shirt? Yeah. I mean, it's like interesting. And then we got DeLuke who's there too. He's cooking some meat. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the characters seem interesting at least. Main character's cute. I don't know. I don't know how the plot in this show is gonna go. That's my main concern. Is like, are we just gonna get, you know, every episode is like, look how like pretty these boys are, and then that's it.
I don't think.
I don't think so. I think this was just the world creation phase.
Yeah, I think just with the pedigree of who's behind it, it's definitely not going to be like
so shallow,
super surface level.
Yeah.
Right. I'll keep my hopes at a moderate level then.
At a minimum.
At a pretty minimum, and they're already pretty minimum at this point. But,
I would say I was pleasantly surprised though. Like I was kind of going in like I don't know, like it's a mystery tag, but we'll see. Because even the description is just kind of like Pretty Boy Detective Club, and it's just like it's what is it? I just read extraordinary, so I can't think of the word. Like it's just very extravagant. Yeah. So I was like, this might be a little like over the top.
Yeah,
it was pretty over the top.
It was, but not as much as I expected.
But
yes.
I came into it knowing that since it was a Shaft show, I didn't know it was Nisio Isin until Drew kind of mentioned it, and I was like, oh, that makes more sense because just the vibe of the show seemed different, even though it felt very shoujo. Yeah. So I don't know. It's intriguing to me. The first episode at least has me interested, and I'm kind of glad that Alec and I were like, yeah, let's just like put this one 3-episode rule and see, because it doesn't. It's not the type of show that you normally expect nowadays. Yeah. This is like kind of an older type of show, but like it'd be interesting to see what Nisio Isin has up his sleeve.
Yeah, I think just the fact that it is sort of a culmination of all these, great works or great, creators. That's what like has me interested in it, at least. Mm-hmm. It's like that's sort of the driving point of making me want to watch more. I don't know. Something about
you have to watch
episode,
2 more.
I do. Something about this first episode just didn't leave me with like a wow like impression. I was kind of like meh. I don't know. I think it might just been like, oh, this is all just exposition. Like literally nothing happened. So
what are you talking about? They had a barbecue. Yeah. She cried because the food was so good.
Yeah.
And they're like teaching her to value herself. Stuff happened.
Stuff happened. Yeah, I guess.
So, as some knowledge, I guess, for this series is the novels ran from October 20th, 2015 to December 20th, 2019. So it recently finished 11 volumes. So it's interesting to see how much will get covered. 11 volumes is a lot. And we already know how much Shaft can cover in terms of Monogatari. So if this ends up being popular, I could see
going on and on.
I could see like maybe getting another season or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what the, rest of the world has thought about this show, or at least, Japan. See, I'm kind of curious as to what their reactions have been, because it does seem like this would hit pretty well with certain audiences and be very popular.
Yep. Mystery and coming of age.
Mystery and coming of age.
Just like you like from your Monogatari.
Yeah, if that's your thing, this is right up your alley. I mean,
right up your alley.
Yeah, as like an opening, it was at least a pleasant to watch. It was a pretty nice viewing experience. Whether or not I'm excited for more, I think I have to see the second episode. But for sure, like already
hold
kind
your
of on the fence on this one. Yeah. You guys excited for more, or just?
I mean,
in my boat.
I'm probably gonna watch the whole thing. Okay. For me, I don't really have any issues with the first episode. The visual style is intriguing in my opinion, and it's another one of those animes from like a different not different genre. Well, it's technically a different genre, but from a different time, right?
Yeah. So
it does harken back to those shoujo anime of yore. And it does remind me a little bit of Ouran a little bit, so it kind of like is a plus. So yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it till the end.
All right.
I would say, since I kind of went into it expecting it, I saw the mystery tag and I was like, I'm down to check it out because it's mystery tag, and also it's Shaft, so I figured, hey, whatever. Like, even though I'm not the biggest Monogatari fan, like in terms of the content of the beginning, it got better as it went, and I started to like it more. And then I liked their artistic style. And I think I was pretty like surprised with the show because it wasn't so crazy over the top like I expected. And it was a little more subdued than that, which for me was really nice. And honestly, like if it were just visuals, I could watch this whole show just for the animation, because this first episode was like beautiful. The way they did like the eyes and just all the characters was really, really good.
Yeah, he's also waiting for the broken necks from all the head tilting.
Yeah, from all the head tilting.
We almost got one. I was expecting it when they were like doing the different shots of her. I was expecting a head tilt.
It'll probably come back in at some point. Like
We'll
once.
get one.
And I'm gonna be like, there it is, there it is, there it is. All right, I can stop watching now.
The Leo meme.
Yeah, so I think I'll at least watch the next couple episodes. And unless it like tanks for whatever reason in the next 2 episodes, I don't see myself not continuing at this point.
Okay. All right. That's hopeful. Like, it's pretty positive reactions so far. I wonder if this is sort of like a repercussion of just coming off of the back of Kimi ni Todoke. Is like, man, we hype up all these like old shows and we just want more of this old fashioned shoujo. Coming back to it now is like, oh, dude, it's kind of brutal. So maybe I'm apprehensive because of that reason.
I remember there was like a rumor floating around that there was going to be an Oran season 2 in 2020.
That's what I heard too.
That never happened.
Yeah.
So maybe everyone was just being debated, and it was actually Oran 2.0 in the Pretty Boys Detective Club.
Maybe. You said that the manga had already ended, or it's ending?
The light novels ended in 2019.
Okay. Light novels ended in 2019. Okay. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, obviously we're kind of locked in for 2 more episodes.
Yeah, buddy.
Who knows? Maybe it'll surprise you.
Maybe it'll blow me away.
Maybe it will.
Yeah, that's the point of this segment.
I don't know if that's going to happen. You know what did
you never know.
Almost blow me away is 8686. I had pretty low expectations for that.
I think we all did.
I think everyone had those.
We read it and we're like, what is this? Whatever, I'll check it out. It sounds kind of crazy. Maybe for the lulz. I'll watch it for the lulz.
Yeah. It's actually not bad, though. I was pretty into it. Besides the mechas, I think that was the only like real problem that I had. It was like,
bad CG.
Yeah, it's like bad CG, and like why are there spiders with cannons on their backs? Like, you're living in a
it's more like in their
like,
head.
Yeah,
because they can traverse better terrain more easily.
That's true.
Well, but like the legs are all like in front of the cannon, so it can't even turn. They just have to turn their
stabilization.
True.
But like
there's probably little spheres that go into the ground and goes and then it can pick up.
Yeah, maybe. I guess they were pretty.
Plus,
mobile.
think how quickly a spider can turn. When you're like trying to kill it, and it's like, boom! And how'd you turn around so fast?
That one has a giant cannon on its back, just like sticking. Like, way out
a spider with a giant cannon, but a huge machine built with hydraulics and massive engines could do the same thing.
Future spider.
It's a future
spiders
spider.
with cannons on their backs.
Spider-Man.
Spider
robots.
Men. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, like, bad CG aside, it was a pretty good episode. Like, I was pretty down with it. I definitely wasn't really expecting the whole, like, I thought they were actually AI, the other people who were manning them. I thought they were AI, not really actual people. Yeah.
I thought from the premise, it seemed like it was just people that they, that were lower class or whatever. Because they're, like, from the one district. But I do like how in this first episode, they kind of told it in 2 halves. So it's like you have the half of like the upper society, and that's where the commander is from.
The major.
And she's
the ghost.
She's everyone looks the same.
What is that?
Yeah.
Everyone looks like Enterprise from Azerlane, and it just seemed, kind of odd. But then you get to the actual District 86 people, and you get various different peoples, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they showed all of that in the second half, because you're already like kind of left uncomfortable with how she is experiencing things just auditorily only, not allowed to experience things visually, because apparently it would break your brain, break your mind.
That's what they said. Yeah, it would burn them out.
So it's probably because they're just seeing actual people dying.
Yeah, like people just dying.
Yeah, except you just hear them die. So that's
much better.
Yeah, much better.
That's war. I mean, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that they were AI. I think it was mainly because like I could see themselves like, oh, like they're just like AI, but she feels like that they're actual people. And I was like, oh, what if they actually turn out to be real people? And then that's actually what happened. And I was like, oh yeah, that's dumb. No, I should have figured that out before.
Probably just from the description, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was like, oh, drones. I was like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, but then
I was
you're like,
expecting
that's
like
not
some
what a
ghosts
drone
in the
is.
shell. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what threw me off. I was like expecting like some ghosts in the shell type of shit.
But then where's the moral dilemma?
Right.
Well, that gets us to Vivi, but we'll get there later.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we'll come back to Vivi later. That was also interesting. Yeah, I mean, for a first episode, like I think it was pretty well done. I wasn't expecting a whole lot, and kind of far exceeded my expectations.
Oh yeah. On the list, what was it? I put it as a standout show. This one really surprised me because we were talking about it and it just seemed kind of lulzy, like, oh, this will be funny. They did a really good job. I really enjoyed how they portrayed the episode. You got to, like Rolando said, see two sides. I was so intrigued by the show and enjoyed it so much, I started reading it. So I read the first few chapters, and there are definitely people. Apparently, what happened was like there were the people in the 85 districts, and then the other people in the 86th district were all in one district. And when they got attacked by this Legion Empire or whatever. They thought all the people who went to the 86th were like helping the enemy and stuff. And basically from the way the story was written, it makes it sound like a racist thing because they were like, oh, the whites, like the white hairs, and then the colored hair. That's literally how it's like translated. Nice. So don't judge me for my interpretation. That's what it says. And I was like, this seems really racist. And they were like, well, the coloreds were working with the enemy. So they shoved them into the 86th district and then made them not humans.
And then have a Hunger Game.
Yeah. So, and then, and that's what that came from. And it was crazy. But the drawing is okay. It has some good, like really good panels and then some really, really, really awful ones. Like just like lines, just like a sketch of a person. Like, wow.
It's for impact.
Yeah, for impact. Like that scene where she goes to sit in the chair to like first start commanding when we first see that or whatever. They show her like sitting down. She like steps in and it's this like really well drawn image of her stepping through the door. And then they show her in the chair and it's just like lines everywhere, like sketched outline of her lines. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Next page, she's like in it and it's beautiful again. I'm like what the hell is going on? Yeah.
Sounds like someone didn't finish their manuscript, I guess.
So, but it's good.
Turning in names too late.
They're not on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. How much of the manga is out? Did you notice?
So I only made it like 3 chapters maybe, and then where I was reading it was like, oh, we actually translated this one before they said it was going to get an anime adaptation, and so we're not going to translate anymore. And I was like, oh, okay,
you can just watch it.
Yeah,
I was like,
we're not going to do this.
Okay, well,
that's
here we are. Yeah.
Well, you invented the Japanese language, so you should be.
Yeah, I'll just go read it in Japanese. I will say though, it's like pretty interesting. There's some cool stuff that goes on.
It seems like the world itself is pretty interesting because we're kind of just thrown into it. And, we're just randomly following this girl. I mean, that's how most shows start. But I mean, like, what tends to happen with some of these shows that like they try to build up the entire world first, and then you get like some of the characters. In this, it was just sort of like, oh well, here's this character, and now she's faced with this moral dilemma, and you're like, what?
Yeah, what dilemma? What? The one that no one else knows about or believes.
Yeah, like what's going on? I was like kind of lost for the first couple of minutes, and then then I had my misunderstanding, and then once they reveal the other side, it's like, oh shit, all right, this is pretty cool. Like this is crazy. It got like way serious.
Yeah,
so.
got dark real fast, and you should be confused because even reading the manga, like the first 2 pages or whatever is like a flashback to the future, and then it comes back to her. Like how they had that thing at the beginning of it. or whatever, you know, where they're like showing images and then they show her like walking down the street. They do that same thing in the manga as well. And it's just like, wait.
So you'd say it's a faithful adaptation.
Yeah, I'd say it's a faithful adaptation. Unless
minus the
place,
CG.
Minus the CG. Unless the place I was reading it, you know, just like got the order wrong, and they're like, "Whoops, page in the wrong place." You know, yeah. I mean, they stopped it. They stopped translating it, so you never know.
Definitely seen that happen before. It's like,
Wait,
how did we get here?
I'm confused. How did they die? Oh, they're not dead yet.
Oh, oops.
My bad. Whoops.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching more of this. I mean, unless things completely go to shit and, you know, we're just like get debated and they are AI or something. I don't know. Yeah,
All of the white
race.
hairs are AIs.
yeah, they're
Oh
race.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
my
I don't
God.
know. Yeah, I'm down for this one. I think this is gonna be a good show, or at least, you know, I'm hoping
Yeah.
it will be. So
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. You mentioned it before, but it has really like heavy Darling in the Franxx vibes. I don't know if you were joking, but I really do kind of like get that feeling
Slightly.
watching it. It's like
It's just
Darling
like-
in the Franxx ish.
yeah, it seems like the other side. I don't know, like I don't want to call them the colored hair people. I was gonna
Just call him the 86.
yeah, thank you.
86.
that 86, like the school that they were in, it looked exactly like the Darling in the Franxx school,
Yeah.
and it's like they seem like they're in this like post-apocalyptic world, but it's not how the rest of the world actually is.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. Yeah, I felt like I was getting some Darling in the Franxx vibes. It's like everything that they do, like they're living day to day, like they could die at any moment's notice. So
Well, and then there's just this like random enemy
Yep.
we
who they're like they don't know anything about, and they're just
Yeah.
like powerful.
But the enemy
Yeah.
is really the science experiments of the other 85
Oh
districts.
my god.
Ooh. You know what? When actually, like,
Failed
I
true
almost
AI.
really laughed. The Reaper guy, the Shinigami, like when he first spoke to the Major, I was really expecting like some hero from Gundam Wing, and I thought he was gonna be like, "Fucking kill yourself" or something. Yeah, rip the letter.
And then wipe the tears off of her face.
That's exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting him to just be like, "Go fucking die" or something, and just be like, and she's like, "No." I don't know. I just couldn't get that thought out of my mind.
He's your
Nice.
he's more of the
High expectations.
he's more of the Setsuna type, where he's just the
Okay.
you know, child soldier.
Yeah.
Very much in line. He follows command.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of curious as to what he's gonna say or do, or you know, what's gonna happen to cause her to start questioning everything. But yeah, just thought that was
Go
funny.
kill yourself. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pleasantly surprised. For sure.
All right. Yeah, and so like I said earlier, we have our other show, Osananan Jimi, or the
Osananan.
childhood friend won't lose, or something along those
The
lines.
love comedy where the childhood friend definitely won't lose.
Did that one come out
one.
yet though?
No,
Tomorrow.
so it's
Okay,
only
good.
available on
'Cause I didn't
Crunchyroll,
watch it.
and it comes out tomorrow on the 14th. So yeah, we'll be talking about that one, first two episodes next week, and then yeah, you'll hear our thoughts on the other two shows as we go along for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll get into some other spring shows in just a minute. First, let's talk about the beers.
Beer!
Londo, you got the Enegrin, the lightest one. Why don't you go ahead and start us off?
I will
Not the
enlighten you.
mediumist one.
Enlighten.
Yeah,
us.
this is. I'm almost done. It's very light, very easy to drink. I mean,
Me too.
it's
I muted myself for cheese.
the typical Hells. Very, you got a lot of that malt wheat flavor, and the mouthfeel is like, you know, it's not too vibrant or anything. It's just like enough to kind of like coat the top of your tongue, and then be like just refreshing, I guess. The best way I could describe this beer is that it's refreshing and light, crisp. So I would say this would be a go-to beer in the summer.
Yep.
It's just like it feels like it could just pair with anything, and I believe it does say that on the can.
Does it really?
Yeah, pairs well with everything is what it definitely says. So yeah, it does seem like that type of beer. It's very light, crisp, easy to drink, and yeah, not much to say. It's your typical German style.
Yeah.
Hells, and it tastes good.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I know I've seen that one too, and I couldn't find it. So I'm kind of sad. Alec, you wanna go ahead?
That's my name. Sure. Yeah. I'll totally go. Thanks. I really appreciate you calling me out here.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks,
jumping
man.
on us.
You're welcome. I'll say the same thing. It's pretty light by color and in feel and taste and all that shit. This one it's the same. It's very your typical Helles malty, a little bit of hops, bready, but it may be the Cheez-Its I've been eating are very like bready to begin with and have that kind of flavor, but I get an undertone of like honey, like a honey sweetness, almost like mead, but not that strong, obviously. And it's actually really good. It wasn't expected, but it tastes pretty good, and you can kind of smell it. When you smell it, it has almost like a white wine smell at some points, like a really, really dry white wine. And it's really good. I've been thinking about it and comparing it to the HB that I had 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I'm holding my water bottle. And I do think that I like the HB better, but it's not like far off or bad by any means. This is really good, just a little different. And I think the HB, if I was looking for like this style to be like, I know exactly what I want to taste, I'd get the other one where this has some different elements to it, but not like overpowering or anything like that. And it could, again, be the Cheez-Its that are like bringing them out.
Yeah, there's a slight taste of Cheez-Its in an undertone.
Nice little cheese flavor there at the back end.
There is like a honey flavor, like a sweetness in it. So it's good. I like it. Yeah, solid. Good summer beer as well. Crisp,
Good summer
clean.
beer. Yeah. I think
Refreshing.
I think this one also falls in line pretty similarly.
I'm allowed to
that.
speak too.
Oh, he has his book.
I saw him.
Yeah, I saw
him
you
pull
had your
the
pen
book.
out earlier, so I knew
Yeah.
you were ready to speak.
I had to make sure
Scratching furiously.
I scratched my notes down. Yeah, I had to be done before this, otherwise you wouldn't let me speak.
It would have been a close one. I would have just
would've
cut
been.
you off.
Oh, did you write in your
Sorry.
book? Show me.
Not today.
No, okay,
Show me.
well, next.
Show
I
me
need
your
evidence.
book.
Show me your book. Did you do your
Did
homework?
you write in your book today?
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, good. Just really big letters across the whole thing. Good.
G-U-D.
G-U-D. So
yeah,
yeah, Mark, how's yours?
Yeah, so I have the ABK Hell Das Blau, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please help.
Das-
Das
Blaue.
Das Blau.
Das Blau?
Das Blau.
Blaue.
Yeah. So this is
Das Blaui.
pretty much in line with what you guys are saying. I mean, it's nice and light. This does have a little bit of a kick, and it might just be like the malts. I think it's like that Bavarian malts sort of have a different like punchiness to them. This I don't know if I would really want to drink this like in the summer. Like if it's hot, I would want to drink it when it's like kind of warm. I think like spring is actually like perfect time. Like not too hot.
There's
'cause
a
it's not-
breeze.
yeah, it's not as like refreshing as like a nice like cold shirt like a Pilsner or something. This sort of warms you up as it is. So yeah, I don't know if I would say I would want to drink this with anything. I think like having like some fish or something would actually be pretty nice. Or something that has like, you know, a lot of flavor. I don't know, or like mustard, like pretzel or something would actually be nice.
Just
The
straight
go-to.
mustard.
Just straight mustard. Just pour it right in your drink. No, like just
Mark.
something kind of punchy. Or Cheez-Its. Yeah, I think would be good.
Always.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Never had a beer that I don't eat Cheez-Its with, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I think it's sort of just that that it's got like a little bit of a kick to it that sort of may stand us out like a little bit different from what you guys are drinking. I don't know if that is a great thing. I think it's just slightly different. I would prefer something that is a little bit on the easier end. So like the Hofbrau, like the HB, I probably would prefer that too. But I mean, this isn't bad by any means. So, yeah.
Nice.
Have you guys ever had anything else from ABK?
No,
I've never had anything.
never
from
had
ABK.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'd never heard of them, actually.
Yeah, I've had. I don't know if it's the.
Wow, look at
Oh,
you,
they have
so
a fest
cultured.
here. The Radler.
So
I've
worldly.
had the Radler.
Ooh, Radler. That's the
Radler.
perfect summer beer right there.
That
Yeah.
truly is.
That
That and a shandy.
When I had it, it was in the summer, and that's what I was telling you. They had like just boxes and boxes. I was at like a small event out in the desert. They had like boxes of these, and then they had a couple.
And you
kegs
chose
of
that
them.
over water.
Well, that's what they. Well, yeah, pretty
I mean,
much.
there's water in it.
It's like 3%. So it was like, yeah, we're just drinking Radlers like all day and all night. So it was perfect.
Nice. Kidneys.
Yeah,
Liver. Love it.
gotta stay hydrated, you know.
True. Stay hydrated, kids.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're 21 or older.
I think this
Or your
isn't bad.
prospective
I
country's
think
age.
it's pretty good. I would prefer something else that is that like German style lager. Yeah,
Like a Pilsner.
like a Pilsner. Yep. Well, final thoughts and then rating, Rolando.
Yep. I'm already done. I was almost done with this beer before you even started. So it's very easy to drink. I'm probably going to grab another one.
Yep.
It's also fairly sessionable. I think it's only at 5%. So it's not too bad. But I mean, it is on the higher end of being sessionable. But it is very light, easy to drink. So just on that, I would definitely get this again. It does. I do think it would pair well with anything. So give it a 4.
Yahoo!
Nice. Alex, final thoughts, rating.
Yeah, no, so it's 5.2%. 5.2%. So similar, it's kind of on the higher end. But it's not so high that you couldn't session it. It's like one of those things, if you went to like a backyard barbecue and you brought a 6-pack of this, you could have the 6-pack yourself, and so long as you're not chugging like one every 10
You can't
minutes.
have any. No shit.
Yeah, no sharing. Like, this is BYOB and this is my beer.
Yeah.
You should have brought your own beer. So middle finger. But like you could easily like session the whole pack over a backyard barbecue type dealio. And I think it would be really fitting. It would pair with like those other ones with almost anything. It's light enough to not overpower, but it has enough substance to be like to wash away the shit. It's like I don't like it as much as the HB. It's above a 4, but I don't know where to put it. Like 4.25, 4.5. And I keep leaning towards 4.25, so I'm gonna go with 4.25.
Tasty.
It's good.
That's me.
It's good. It's just the HB is a 5 to me. Like it's so good.
That's me.
That's you.
Nice. 425 is that what you said?
Yeah, 4.25.
Yeah. If I ever see that, I'll try to pick it up if I see it. But
It's good.
Yeah.
Pick up their Oktoberfest too. It's really good.
Man, yeah, I want Oktoberfest beers.
That's all
Yeah.
I wait for all year is
That's-
just Oktoberfest beers.
March
That's-
was a couple of weeks ago. They just started brewing them. So
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
I know.
I mean,
we gotta wait.
Like, do we have any Märtzens? Not really, right? At least I didn't really.
Last year?
I didn't.
Last year.
No, this year.
This year?
Last year. Sorry, last year. Yeah,
Last
last
year.
year.
yeah, we
Did
had
we-
them
Yeah,
during
we
Oktoberfest.
did. Yeah,
We had a Märzen.
We had like
We
2.
had We had a few
or
in October.
a couple,
September
yeah.
and October.
Last year felt like it was 5 years long. So give me a break.
True. It's
all
true.
right.
It's I have to say I find it funny though too, because we're sitting here talking about like, oh man, I just want Oktoberfest beers, and it's like we get to Oktoberfest beers and we overload the shit out of them, and we have like fucking 20, and then we get to the end, we're like, I want something different, but then 3 months go by, and we're like, I want it again. It's just like that beer that
we always
just doesn't
have
go
the Stein
bad.
episode, and then that's just always
yeah.
a shit
Yeah.
show. So.
It's just a shit show.
Those are always good episodes.
But it's like, it's that type of beer you can't like, you can get away from it, but you can go back after not so long.
Yeah, it's nice to that's nice to get that flavor profile. That you know, it's like you know what you're going to get. Like you expect to get exactly what you want. You know?
Yeah. And it's this is beer. Like, what does a beer taste like? Here,
This is beer.
This is beer. Like
Das
beer. Like, oh well, is a stout beer? Yes, but do you want like that quintessential beer flavor? You just go for a Pilsner.
beans.
Honestly,
You go
though,
for a Helles.
when I think
This is
about
beer.
when I think about beer though, like if I think about this is beer, like I always go back to like just classic German simple flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Like German beers, lagers.
This is beer.
Americans, Pilsners. It's just what I think about.
Double. I go to the double a lot in my mind. After trying a Dunkel, I go to the Dunkel.
The Dunkels are good.
Dunkels are good.
And then when I think
remember
about
those.
Belgian ales, then I think about like this is what beer can be as well. So,
That's a good point.
And then you have old Rasputin, and you're like, this is the epitome of beer.
This is the beers.
The beer now.
Da
That's so
beers.
true. It is
Da
very
beers.
good. And then you think of IPA, and
This
you're
is
like
Z
American
beers.
Swill.
Well, all right, let's not offend anybody here.
Who am I offending? We're American.
I take offense to that.
I don't give a shit. I'm American.
Yeah. Anyways,
our mentality.
back to this Hell Das Blau Das Beer.
Blau.
Yeah, I think that this is like, you know, stereotypical like German beer. Like you get those German like bready flavors. You get a little bit of bitterness. I think that this might have too much of that like hoppy bitterness that it's like throwing me off a little bit. And that's probably why I don't find it as refreshing as it could be, or as the other Hells or lagers that I've had. I'll probably give this like a 3.75. I think it's still pretty good. But yeah, I would probably prefer something else over this.
yeah.
Fair.
But
Kind of wedgy.
oh well.
Oh.
I'll still enjoy it though.
Yeah.
Still gonna enjoy this.
It's a 3.75. It's still above average.
It's still
Yeah.
good, you know. It's drinkable. It's still enjoyable. I like the bready flavor, but
Yeah. But that's about it. No, just kidding.
that's it.
The rest of it sucks.
All right. Well, that's our beer segment. If you guys want to go grab another beer, I'm gonna jump into the news.
I'm gonna get another one.
I'm gonna jump on
all right,
another
bye,
beer.
gents.
Bye.
All right. All this news is pulled from Anime News Network. First up, Netflix exclusive anime Way the House Husband has been confirmed for a second part on Friday via the manga. Current run of the anime is streaming on Netflix with 5 episodes currently out. It's actually a pretty good little short series. If anybody is interested in checking it out, highly suggest it. It's hilarious. The animation is like pretty okay, but I mean, you know, it's a short series segment comedy. You know what you're getting into. It's fucking hilarious. Just go watch it. It's really quick. Anyways, moving on. For North American viewers, Funimation announced that they will be licensing the 5th season of My Hero Academia for cable television audiences on the Toonami block of Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. The dub will air beginning on May 8th. Moving on. Nice. That looks pretty good. Alex just showed. Cheers! He just showed his beard and had a nice little layer of head there. That looks great.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Clink. The crowdfunding campaign for the 10th anniversary Recycle of Penguin Drum compilation film project met its goal of 10 million yen within 150 seconds of opening the campaign.
Wow.
As of the 9th of April, the project has amassed 51,300 some odd thousand yen and is slated to close on May 28th. Backers in Japan will receive commemorative memorabilia for backing the project, including t-shirts and an official doujinshi for the series.
In how many seconds? You said
150 seconds. That's
150 seconds.
Yeah,
that's under 3 minutes.
Yeah, 10 million yen in 150 seconds. It's pretty crazy.
You know what though?
Selling it.
Comic-Con sells out faster than that.
Sells out faster than. Oh,
that's true.
The Kickstarter.
True.
Yeah, the crowdfunding. Yeah, Penguin. They gotta get their Penguin Drum, dude.
They would love their Penguin Drum fix.
Can't get enough of Penguin Drum.
That's insane, though.
You know what else they can't get enough of? Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time continued its streak of being the #1 in Japanese box offices in the 5th weekend. It has broken box office records for the franchise, amassing a total of 7.4 billion thus far. Wait, that the movie or all around?
No, that film.
Just that film.
Yeah, 7.3 billion yen.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's a lot of yens.
Or 740 million dollars.
Jesus. That's insane.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
Or 70,
that's impressive.
74 million.
That's crazy.
That's
74
crazy. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Once we get it over here in like 5 years, we'll see how it is. Last bit of news here. Netflix announced via their Twitter on Monday that it'll be streaming Sunrise and Legendary Pictures live-action Gundam film. This is being directed and produced by Kong Skull Island director Jordan Voight Roberts. The film is slated for release in 2022. I didn't know about this. That's a
I forgot that this was a thing. This was announced like 2 years ago. So
I thought so.
yeah,
I thought I remember hearing something about a live action Gundam.
Yeah, but
Are we gonna get the scene? Kill yourself.
Oh god.
and then wipe the tears.
Then wipe tears.
No, it's supposed to be like a Universal Century, so like the original Gundam.
I see. Cool. We're gonna get another Monster Hunter type of Gundam show.
I mean, Legendary. So, although Monster Hunter, that was Sony, right?
That was.
Or was that Sony and Legendary?
Legendary
does tend to do the very campy type of movies.
Campy.
Yeah. So we'll see. Not expecting a whole lot.
I'm not expecting a lot, to be honest.
I know nothing.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I guess it's cool. We're getting Gundam live action here in the West. What's to complain about?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Definitely a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways.
Potentially.
What we really need from this movie, though, is for the guy to say, "I am Gundam."
Yeah. this hand of mine is burning red.
Burning red.
Yeah. We just need all the El Clasico lines.
Could you imagine if they just threw all these great lines in one show?
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Discrimination against non-new types and all that.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be great, dude. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. It's like how bad Wonder Woman was. If we can get a camp level of that in Gundam, I honestly wouldn't be too mad. I would be like, you know what, this shit is so ridiculous that it's great.
But it's good.
But just know that the CG is gonna be bad.
That's true. That's you're probably right. Yeah.
There's just gonna be no budget.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, with a property like Gundam, though, you gotta know that there's there's a lot of fans worldwide. That's a lot of disappointment.
You know who's probably the most disappointed? Guillermo del Toro is that he didn't get the
Guillermo del Toro
and script writing rights to it.
Yeah, you're right. And so there's Pacific Rim, but I think Pacific Rim is not bad.
Yeah, but just think about it. If he can get that deal with Hideaki Anno to do
Pacific
Evangelion.
Rim was so good.
Oh, he would do it in a heartbeat. He'd probably die from just being too excited.
But then you'd have to wait 20 years for those movies. So
that's true. That's true.
He's just like, you have to just you can have
rewrites.
it, but you have to wait 20 years before you can release it.
Yeah, you gotta wait until Hideaki dies or something. They're just like, all right, well, he's like,
I don't want to
do so it's not coming out.
I mean, we'll see. I hope more news comes out about this, because if it's coming out next year, we gotta know what to expect, right?
Not much.
Yeah. I mean, unless they keep it under wraps like Bebop, and then we're hit with something that's gonna be great.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah, we still don't know.
Still don't know.
They had to halt filming. So
I think they're finishing, aren't they?
well, they had to halt filming, is what I'm saying. Because
you're right. Like,
it was so good.
Well, John Cho got hurt.
He broke his knee, and then Corona.
Yeah,
and then
all that happened.
I think they are almost wrapping up or something. I don't remember. Somebody posted about it, or we had news about it a couple weeks ago.
Like 1 or 2 more filmings.
Maybe like a couple minutes of rewrites and reshoots, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably
they're just gonna change a few characters, so they're gonna have to reshoot a bunch of just everything.
Yeah. No big deal.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm down. I'm just kidding.
Easy peasy.
All right.
Easy breezy.
Let's move into our happy hour. Let's talk about the other spring 2021 shows. I just had a couple topics here, just some random shows I thought I'd throw down. There's a whole bunch that is out.
Stupid.
Honestly, we were talking about it this last week. There's some pretty iffy shows on the slate, shows that we were already planning to watch, sequels and whatnot. So I just had a couple questions on here. Standout show. What made it on your list of like standout shows? What really blew you away with its first episode or second or third episode?
86. I said, blew me away. And Vivi blew me away. I thought that one was way better than I expected. So yeah, those two. Oh, yep.
That was that was pretty much where I was getting with that. Nice.
I picked the exact same 2 shows, Alec.
Wow.
Hey,
you have good taste.
Yeah.
Good taste in good shows.
Yeah.
I think it's obvious we were going to pick 86, though, because none of us were expecting it to be good, and we picked it for 3-episode rule for that reason, right? So
Yeah. That is why we picked it. I was thinking about picking Combatants Will Be Released, but honestly, knowing it's like a successor almost to like Konosuba, I was like, it's gonna be good. And so like going in and watching it, I wasn't really surprised that it was fucking hilarious and amazing.
It was funny. Yeah,
it was funny.
But like a lot of times with these like same sort of vein of comedy, sometimes if it's a different sort of world like this one is, it could be pretty stupid. But man, I thought it was actually really hilarious.
But then that would go on the disappointment, not a standout.
It's true,
because I have high expectations.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That is correct. It is indeed.
Yes.
Pinky.
I also put down Full Dive RPG. It was actually better than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was pretty funny.
True.
Yeah. It starts off pretty slow. Like
Which one is that?
It started off like I thought it was going to be your typical isekai, but they stick with like he's actually in an RPG.
Yeah.
And
I didn't watch that one. Is it worth checking out the first?
We won't spoil what happens, but it's pretty funny what happens to him.
I just like when he's
I'll go watch it.
Like, oh, this is a small event. I'm gonna fight my friend, and he just gets fucking punched in the
shit
face.
Out of him.
He's like, oh, what the fuck?
And then things happen afterwards, and then you're
man.
Oh fuck,
oh damn, this is
that's the point where I'm just like, can I like restart? Can I reroll, please? Can I reset?
Yeah. Can I hit the reset button? Yeah, it was funny. I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was. I was expecting another Million Lives type of show, but pleasantly surprised with that one.
Yeah, significantly less edgelord.
What?
Yeah. Thank God.
You don't like the edgelord?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, we either get like the bumbling idiot type of isekai or like super edgelord. It's like either one of the two. I mean,
one or the other.
Yeah.
usually how it goes.
Unfortunate. I'll check it out. I forgot about that one, actually.
Yeah,
There's a
I
lot.
didn't watch it.
There's no expectations you should have for it, so that should
just other than it's kinda funny.
be why it's a standout, because it was funnier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I forgot about it. So clearly my expectations were zero.
I mean, that's fair. Like, judging by the premise, it's like it sounds like your stereotypical isekai type of show. Yeah. Well, so on the flip side, then disappointments. Any disappointing premieres for you guys?
I'll only say Megalobox because everywhere I went to go try to find the damn premiere, it was all in Spanish. Everywhere. And I just wanted it in English subtitles, and I was on Funimation in Spanish. It wouldn't actually even load on Funimation. I found other sources this one time, because normally, I use Crunchyroll and Funimation, but I went to go look on other sources, and it was always in Spanish.
It's weird.
So that's my gripe. But now you're telling me that you saw it and it wasn't in Spanish. So I think this might have just been a personal issue, and I can't really fault it. But I wanted to air my grievances here live on the air.
Yeah, El No Sabe, dude.
El no sabe.
Yeah, put your Spanish.
No habla español. No. No. No.
Well done. You're doing great so far.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, that's too bad, man. I mean,
I need to go watch
the
it.
premiere. The first episode was, it's good. Like, I mean, I'm a big fan of Megalobox the first season, so I mean, I liked it. I'm excited for what's gonna happen. So,
Well, that's why I'm disappointed, because I was like, 2 episodes are out. I get to watch 2 episodes.
Yeah, in Spanish.
No, you don't get to watch any episodes.
in Spanish. Yeah,
It's too
bad.
I'll find it.
Now you get 2 episodes to watch once you find it.
Yeah, in Spanish.
Yeah. In Spanish.
In maybe not Spanish.
Yeah. In French. I'll be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Just Japanese.
Just
all right,
Japanese.
Rolando, any disappointing premieres?
Well, my reasoning here is that everything looks subpar, so if anything is subpar, then it's as expected. So can't really be disappointed. Obviously, there are shows that I thought were going to be questionable that ended up being better than I expected, like Vivi 86. That full dive show I totally thought was going to be a 0, and it was funnier than I thought.
And it's a 10.
No.
It's 11 out of 10.
It's a 12. Oh my God.
So like right now, I
Shaka,
can't
bro.
say that there's anything that has been below expectations, but I haven't seen everything yet.
Okay.
So who knows? Maybe next week that will change.
All right. All right. Well, then I'll keep this possible
party rolling.
disappointment for next week, and we'll see once we get to watch more shows, because I haven't seen like.
We'll see
Odd
if you're
Taxi
disappointed then.
or
or
you
need to watch Odd Taxi.
Odd Taxi
yeah.
was better than I expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was more
I
interesting.
actually should have put that on Standout Show.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot in some ways of the show with the radio girl.
Oh.
Where it's very
yeah.
Namio, where it's very like dialogue based.
Yeah.
So I thought it was it's very
It's
funny.
focused on like the character, the taxi driver, and like the interactions he has with different people in his taxi. That's the premise. And pretty interesting. I laughed at some of the stuff.
Yeah. Some of the jokes
you had
were
a few
pretty
giggles,
funny.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a few chortles.
Little chortles.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, that's good. Like, I really, exactly. It's like exactly like you're saying. Like, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of some of these shows, but if they're delivering a little more than I was expecting, then I'll be happy with that. One show that I definitely wasn't expecting a whole lot of left me with pretty much the same coming out of it was SSSS Dynazenon. Yeah, I don't know about this one. It doesn't have that magic of
Dynazenon. SSSS
Gridman.
Gridman, thank you. I was like, you're
welcome.
I was gonna say Gridmax.
Just think back to the awards, and you'll never forget.
It doesn't have that same magic as Gridman. It's like, this just seems like, I don't know, it seemed too like childish, but like I guess there's like sort of some kind of underlying mystery that's there with the main girl. Like she can't like she always breaks her promises or something. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. And then
So she's a
like
flake.
all of us, yeah, but like
She's
she
flaky.
can't help it or something. I don't know. And then all of a sudden
Yeah, I
there's
can
a
make that
giant
excuse as
kaiju.
well.
And there's a kaiju. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's a trigger show, so it looks great. I gotta admit that, but I don't know, man. It wasn't doing it for me. Just didn't have that magic of Gridman. So I don't know. I'll watch one
Grid
more episode,
magic?
and then I'll probably drop it.
The Burnout Syndrome OP.
Yeah, we don't get that either. Actually, the ED sounds exactly like Burnout Syndrome. I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, it's
Almost.
almost. You get a little knockoff. This is knockoff Gridman, really. Knockoff sequel, same universe of Gridman. I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it one more, and then probably gonna drop that one. Yeah,
For the best.
yeah. Anyways, next topic that I had on here. This is just like super random, but was there any like good sports shows this season? I already said Kramer last week. What didn't really stand out to me. I didn't think it was very good. There's also Kabaddi. Did you guys watch that?
No.
I did. I watched
You did,
Kabaddi.
right?
Yeah, the first episode was really annoying, and I was just frustrated the whole way through. The second episode's a little less frustrating, just because they're like starting to have team cohesion come through, and that's always fun to watch in like a sports anime where it's like the team starts to get along, sort of, or like learn about each other and have antics. But I still wouldn't say it's like. I'm not expecting like a good sports anime out of it. I was impressed by Backflip though.
Yeah.
The gymnastics show. I had very heavy like sports anime elements.
vibes, yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. I wasn't able to get around to that one, but
I would check it out.
Yeah. I mean,
alright.
I don't. If you don't like it, then that's totally fine. I just think it's
Gymnastics. I'm just kidding.
it feels very sports anime just from the first episode. I was kind of, it was on, and I was, like kind of paying attention to it, but like there were elements to it where it's like, okay, yeah, this like I get where this is going. It feels like a sports anime.
Okay.
It's not like it doesn't have me
Taiso
hyped
Samurai.
compared to. No, it's not.
Oh, way better. Way better. That show was.
It doesn't have me hooked like other sports anime has in the past. So like that's
You mean
where
Haikyuu?
It's well, yeah. I mean, it's,
How can
but
You can't compare it to a Goliath.
That's where it worries me
This
though.
is David,
So
not the Goliath.
if it doesn't keep me interested and invested, then that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes from here. Right now, it has me like kind of intrigued. But if it goes to shit, it easily could.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'll watch the first episode before next week, so I'll have to see. I will check it out though.
I think the second one will be out next week too. Before.
Well, then I'll watch.
Well, he'll
first
watch
two.
one
Yeah.
episode.
I'll just
both.
watch.
I will give
one.
you one.
I'll give
Everybody
you
gets
one
one.
episode
one
rule.
gymnastics flat backflip, boys.
He'll give you one backflip.
Give me
One backflip.
That's all you
I-
get.
It didn't hook me like Baby Steps did. To be honest,
Yeah.
or
I mean-
Running Boys.
He didn't have 1/100th control of his backflip.
True. 1/1000th control. Okay.
What does that even
1/1000.
mean?
You have to watch the
You
show.
have to either
Have
read
you
the
seen
Baby
the
Steps
show?
manga or watch the
There's some
anime.
baby steps.
Oh
Oh.
my god. Okay.
He like views the court in a grid.
Yeah.
And it's like he puts it in a specific square in that grid, and it's split up 100 times or 1,000 times. So
Yeah.
it's ever
He's
ever
talking
so
about
much
his
smaller.
ability to control where he places
Yeah,
ball
where he
placement in
places
correct-
the ball.
A millimeters accuracy.
1/1000th
it's
control.
definitely not a millimeters. But
One
like,
1,000th
It's probably like
control.
like boxes that are like 3 by 3 feet.
1 micrometer.
No, the 1/1000th is
Like
like a
one-
foot by a foot.
Oh damn. Like meter boxes.
That's pretty big.
It's pretty big, but like it's 1/100th of the court of the other side of the court though. So you have to
Oh.
know it's not his full potential.
Oh shit! All right,
Yeah.
I won't watch. I'm just
He
kidding.
can go further. He probably
No, I mean,
won't.
I know you,
honestly.
you guys have talked
yeah.
about it a lot.
You can go plus ultra.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's-
can.
Well, now I'm interested.
Yeah. And he has a kid. because he bangs his
Oh
girlfriend.
yeah, he bangs the girl, and he has an illegitimate child. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, that is not at all what I'm saying.
That's juicy. Like,
Yeah, that's some good shit right there.
That's some next level like sports drama. Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't know. So Backflip Boys is the standout sports show for the season. Then is that what
I'd say so.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I'll
That's
give
the one
it a
that has
shot.
me most excited as a sports anime. Comedy just seems like it's comedy with like a sport. And then what was the other one?
Boner Jams.
Kramer.
Oh, Kramer. I didn't even bother with. Like, you said it was dumb, and then Rolando was saying you said you had to read something, and I was like, that's not happening. Like, no,
Mark said
shut-
The prequel.
Yeah.
Well, you
prequel
told
manga, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
you told me
told
that
you
he
that,
said
yeah.
that, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to go read something to start watching something. Nah.
I might
I'm
just
already
watch the
reading
first
other
episode
crap.
just to see how confusing it is.
Right. And then never go back.
Yeah.
I thought about it when we were talking about it. Like, maybe I'll do that. And then, like, 2 minutes later, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to let that one go.
Yeah. I don't think it was
Yeah.
great. So I will not.
I'll take your word for it. Because you liked Running Boys, so I respect your opinion.
And he likes
that's a
IQ.
Great show. True. But everyone likes Haikyuu.
This is true. This is true.
Because that show's just good.
This show's fucking great, man.
Incredible. Incredible.
So good. Yeah. Moving on then from sports. Let's just talk about some other shows. As we mentioned before, Vivi was great. I loved it, man. I watched those 3 episodes just back to back. I was like really into this show. I thought it was great. I do have to say, them releasing the first 2 episodes, I thought it was a great idea. And
First 3?
I said this like first. No, so they released the first 2, and then it was like a couple days later, the 3rd one came out.
Oh, okay.
Or
When I first looked, I just saw all 3. So nice.
The first came out like a week before most of the other shows had aired. But I don't know. I think this is a pretty good format for a show like this, where you're sort of given exposition and background to the character, and then you get into like actual plot in the 2nd episode.
Yeah, it feels like it's told in sort of, I don't want to say books, but like the format is kind of like an arc is like a book, right? So,
yeah.
like the first 2 episodes were like a book in terms of like a story, and then now we're starting the next one with the 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, especially because there's time jumps or time skips, so I think it plays really well. You know, kind of going into that like sort of bringing them together in a couple episodes. So I mean, yeah, I like, dude, this show is great. Like animation is fucking amazing. I like totally spaced that this was Wit Studio, so I mean it looks great.
I didn't realize that until you posted that. When you said Wits, just what did you say? I can't remember.
Flexing. It's like
flexing. That's it. Yeah, just flexing on Vivi.
Well, in particular with that, what I really appreciate is, it's especially evident in the 3rd episode, is that while normally if you have like an android in an anime, you might just like, you normally get the discrepancy just through vocal talent. So the voice actress does a very good job of sounding very like
sort of monotone,
robotic, monotone, like sound like a, you know, predetermined response type of thing. But what I appreciate from the visuals is that they purposely show you fake looking character, like the androids look fake when you look at them up close, and they purposely bring that to your attention in the visuals, and like it's very clearly done to show you that these aren't people.
Yeah. There's a lot of micro like expressions too. It's like when, you know, Vivi in the 3rd episode is talking to the other lady and she's like, "Oh, smile a little bit more," and it's like you barely see any movement in her face, but like her smile just lifts up, you know, just a little bit, and you're like, ah, okay. Like, you know, these are just automatic responses, and it's like once you see that kind of stuff, you just start noticing like different mannerisms in her. It's pretty crazy detail. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, like plus, like as you said, like the voice acting in the show is it's very impressive. Was that her singing the songs as well?
I don't know.
No clue.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know.
We'll have
Maybe.
to look that one up. Devin?
Yeah.
Devin?
Devin.
Devin.
Can we get a fact check in here, Devin?
All right. Devin's on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this show. I think like the whole, going back in time and it's like this is an AI who needs to potentially save the world. It's a pretty unique take on the whole, Back to the Future type of thing.
Yeah.
So I found something on Wikipedia. The opening theme song, Sing My Pleasure, is performed by Kairi Yagi, who will be performing as the title character, Vivi.
Yeah, okay. So it is.
That's what it says. So
Okay.
it sounds like. Is that the voice actress?
Sing My Pleasure.
Yeah, then she also is singing. Yes, Sing My Pleasure.
Oh, whoa there. Whoa. Tone it down here. This is a family-friendly show, right?
I don't think so,
I don't
actually.
think so either.
I really don't think so. so I rebuttal that,
was
and
off
I
the
drink my
table
beer.
on episode 1. So
Yes.
Right.
That was out
What am I doing here?
rather quickly. I'm a
I
family-friendly
didn't
kind of
sign up for
guy.
this.
You guys swear too much.
What the fuck? What am I doing here?
God. Weebs.
All right.
What the hell?
No, I mean, all right. Sorry, all these tangents today. Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching the show. I loved it. I couldn't
Yeah.
get enough of it. That was fucking dope.
I thought it was really good.
The other
Yeah.
thing I'll say is
Excited.
that although it's so far exceeded what I expected of it, because I didn't know anything about it and I thought it looked interesting.
Yeah.
The one thing that I can't, I guess, get over is that something about it seems like it could potentially falter later on. There's just that back of my mind.
It's like all the time travel stuff.
I just feel like it's been good so far.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. But there's something that worries me a little bit that it may potentially fall off, and that's just like a worry I have with that and 86, even though I feel like they've been standouts so far. So I'm just
Is it because this whole season seems shitty as a whole, and you're like, maybe they're not this good, and they're just like,
I think it's
No,
the
it's
first
just
plot wise.
the
Like
plot.
certain things can go wrong in a show like this, where it can just completely destroy everything else
Yeah.
that comes after it.
Right.
Because it's like, if some bullshit
Gotta
happens,
believe.
then if she like saves the world by the power of heart and song,
Yeah,
like
well.
I'm immediately gonna be like, all right, that's fucking stupid. Like,
Well, I just think like there's already an inconsistency.
although that is how you save the world,
that I see so far,
is love and song.
which is
song and dance.
no,
True.
it's in terms of this show, the way the plot works is this program AI from the future is like doing these things and like is supposed to like know all these outcomes and like calculate all this stuff, but like obviously it's being portrayed as this very inhuman computer like thing that doesn't care, only cares about like the outcome and
Talking about
you know,
Matsumoto.
yeah. It,
The teddy bear.
and it's like I get it. They're trying to like have this sort of foil towards Vivi's character,
Yeah.
and because like she's supposed to be the representation of like an AI that like will eventually like be like the most human, right? Have like human emotion, all this stuff. She's the Violet Evergarden, as you could
Shit.
say. Drink to that. But so like she's that sort of character that's like trying to learn to be human, right? Whereas Matsumoto, this AI, is just doing things in a very calculated way, and is like, we can't like break from this, and like is very like matter of fact. But a lot of the things even Vivi is like found is like it's very contradictory to like what should be happening, right? So like,
yeah, it's like they're only focusing on one event. They can't really calculate how that's going to change because, like we saw in the second episode, like one action still had somewhat of a similar effect than if they had not done it.
Yeah, and so it's like what strikes me as odd is just that this character or this AI is doing this for like the sole purpose of, you know, getting this war to not happen, but like the way it's happening is like, okay, well, they're stopping the anti-AI group and they're essentially bolstering like the pro-AI rights, which like technically is what got them in this situation in the first place.
Right,
but like
right.
I guess maybe the fact that there's heavy like AI versus non-AI sentiment, like there's like the two sides where like I can see like maybe if you just support one side then it'll prevent any sort of conflict, but it just feels like the actions that Matsumoto is like going towards is it's counterintuitive to like to just like what the end goal is. Like it just doesn't feel correct, and that's what is kind of leading me to think that it could potentially go off the rails near the end.
Have some terrible story, yeah.
Okay.
That's just
Yeah, there were some moments where it
Totally
did
fair.
feel contradictory to itself. And I was like, this doesn't really make sense. But it is only episode 3, so I was like, I'll see where they go with it.
Yeah.
Because I also see kind of like, you know, Vivi being the wrench in the gears at some point, and like he's trying to go towards something,
She's
and
the
that
human
ultimately
element.
changed. She's the human element as the AI. I mean, they've
not
already made her the human element to a human, like with her whole like, oh, it's not about whatever she said, not about the mission, but how you do it or some crap like that. And he's like, yeah, that's totally how humans are. And it's like, well, you weren't until you met an AI. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. It's not about.
I see what you're saying,
though. It's about how you lived your life or something along that. It's not about how
like
you fly. It's about getting there.
It's about having wings.
yeah, Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yep.
I don't know.
Power to the people.
I can definitely see that. Like, you know, once you start mixing in like time elements and fucking around with time travel, saving the future,
Gets squirrely.
Yeah, you gotta be
I mean, they already
careful.
showed the chart, like where it's splitting off, you know, because they were like, they had the one path and then it broke off to where they are now, and it's like they're showing that it's like breaking things apart.
Who's gonna
like-
put all the Infinity Stones back in the same place? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You got another Detroit become a human, like on
Exactly.
here, but the anime version.
but
the
anime.
anime version. So far though, it's been fun to watch. I'm
So
enjoying
far,
it.
it has been fun. Yeah. All right. Well,
very least, it's a time.
Yeah, we'll continue talking about that, and once it potentially could fall into shit, we'll definitely be there to be like, yeah, called it.
So did we all 3-episode rule it already?
This one?
Yeah, because I
Technically.
watched all 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep
So-
watching it. But.
So
Yeah,
what do
we
we do? Do we
Yeah,
we get a different one?
No,
You
we
know?
didn't choose this one for the episode rule. Remember?
Oh, that's right, we didn't. Oh,
Okay,
okay, that's right.
one that airs.
Yeah, it's that other one that hasn't come out yet. For some reason, I thought it was this one, but it's
It's not Uma Musume, if that's
Yeah, I was about to say Uma Musume. I wish. Uma Musume is so good. I need more.
Season 3.
I need season 3. They need to come out with season 3.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Maybe.
Anyways,
maybe next year.
maybe. I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't know,
I mean, yeah.
know,
I guess you know, for the 3 episodes, we're all gonna keep watching it. Then I guess that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
good
moving
stuff.
on. Next show I have on the list, Nagatoro. Did you guys watch the first episode?
Yeah.
Just wanted to get your thoughts.
I want to
and
hear your
opinions on
thoughts.
this.
Oh,
I know Rolando's
I mean,
thoughts because I was there when he watched it, and
watching
he
it
was
when
there
he
when I watched it. So
I mean, I'm currently reading it and caught up. I kind of forgot how mean she is in the beginning.
Yeah,
'Cause,
she's-
man, that's
Yeah,
fucking
she's
brutal.
that was my
Terrible.
Are you
words.
crying? You
My-
fucking sissy.
My words were like, "Damn, she's kind of a bitch."
Yeah, it's fucked up.
She's
man.
mean.
It's so mean.
She's really mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is, normally you have like Karakai Jozu Takagi-san, and then you've got
Zaki-chan.
Yeah, Uzaki-chan. Then you've got this.
Oh, easy.
Are you okay?
Breathe it in.
Oh no. Well, while he's choking on his water right there. So the problem I have with this compared to those two is that in those two shows or manga, the main characters aren't being bullied by everybody, right? So like in Karakai Jozu Takagi-san, like it's literally like this guy is having trouble with like this girl teasing him, but like it's like a mutual
like only
like,
them.
Yeah, it's only them, and like it's kind of like that like middle school type of like flirty type of stuff between like a guy and a girl that like each other, and then Uzaki-chan is just like, this guy doesn't give a shit that this girl is teasing him. He's just like telling her off and stuff. So it's like whatever. But like literally in this case, especially with this first episode, this guy has been bullied his whole life and he's being bullied continuously. Yeah. And then this girl is just perpetuating it. So that's where I'm just like, well, the difference here is like you're picking on somebody that like literally can't fight back because like he doesn't know how to, like has no way to stick up for himself. So it just feels like you're punching, like you're hitting someone when they're down, right? So it's like you're beating the dead horse. It's like a really
hurtful type of bullying that it's hard to laugh at it because it is so like hurtful. Yeah, like I mean, I didn't really laugh at this. It's like super
Mark was just like, ha, this is fucking great.
I mean, I was laughing because like I know what like is to come, and I know like, you know, how some of the characters change, but yeah, it's like it's so mean. It's so hard to watch because it's so fucked up.
Yeah. It just feels mean spirited. That's all it feels.
It really is.
Like, I feel bad
jokes
for the guy.
at another expense.
I was gonna ask you, like how you guys felt about the main character.
I feel bad for him because it's just like he didn't ask to be essentially.
He literally just wanted to chill at the library and do his homework like he does every day.
Yeah,
that's it. And here we are.
Leave the poor kid alone.
Just leave him alone. Let him do his damn homework and go home. He probably wants some food. I don't know. Fucking hungry, and then he gets pushed in a fucking pond. Like,
that was probably the quote unquote funniest part of the episode. Although it just to me felt like this is kind of odd. Why did it become like
all of a sudden came slapstick humor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Yeah, it's like super over the top. He just like goes rolling like 30 feet.
Rolling. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's light.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice. You kind of got to see a little bit of what didn't appear to be there before, her humanity in those moments, because before that she just seemed inhuman, like an evil witch.
Yeah, that's sort of how, I don't know, I mean, like I'll just preface it with like that's sort of how the show kind of goes. It's like she sort of realizes that he has the inability to stick up for himself, so she sort of just keeps teasing him. But yeah, it's like super mean still. Like it's just it's not okay.
No, it's definitely not. Hey, I realize you have this like essentially disability. Let me fuck with it and then be like, sorry, here's a tissue.
Like, keep crying, you bitch. It's like, damn.
Keep crying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry. You can keep that.
Yeah.
To remember your tears.
Like, I don't know. Just something about that just feels very mean-spirited and intentional. It is. And so
absolutely.
It just like doesn't sit right with me because it's like we shouldn't like be doing that to people.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? So in Dyna Xenon, there's like a part where one of the characters like, oh, you know, she has like some rumor going around about her, and like, oh, you don't think it's true? Like another character says, oh, you don't think it's true? And somebody says like, yeah, like she's, you know, getting some kind of like flack or getting teased about it. And then another character says like, in high school, like who does that? Like why are they even doing that still? But like that's a pretty
That's
accurate
common.
thing. Yeah, like that's common though. It's like it happens, and it's like
It
I
should.
get that like teasing is sort of, you know, that's bound to happen, but like bullying like this just shouldn't happen at all. Like it's not anything that you can like really laugh at. It's not okay. And yeah, it's
You can razz your friends, but you
Yeah,
met this
exactly.
person today,
It's literally
yesterday. That's not razzing friends. That's
I'm
bullying.
just gonna be honest. It's people that have weak mentalities and like personalities, just thinking that they could find people that they view as weaker than themselves and take out their own frustrations of their own weakness on them.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to watch, and it's like I know, like as a manga reader, like I know what happens, and I know that, you know, it does shift, but man, it's still like not that funny.
Yeah,
It's not funny.
at all.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
laugh the first episode. I don't think Alec laughed the first episode. So
I laughed at like some of the ridiculousness, not in her actions, but like in the way they drew some things. Like in some of the main characters' actions, I found them kind of funny. Like when he was acting being super bashful, and the way they would draw him, I was like, oh, that looks kind of funny. But the situations are all really fucked up. Like
it's fucked up.
it's just like
didn't
I'm like
expect it to
laughing
be
at
this
how
way.
uncomfortable it is. Like,
Honestly,
oh
I
my
think so, yeah.
god.
I do think that the backlash that it was getting before it released was kind of weird, because it's like, if
Not the
anything,
backlash it should
it's
be
not
getting.
the backlash it should be getting. The backlash it should be getting is like that it's very mean spirited
Yeah.
at the start.
It's like,
But like if it changes, then like sure, it just seems odd that like the
Yeah.
backlash is for something completely different. But whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain people though who are gonna like enjoy this sort of thing too.
Yeah.
So it's like to a certain audience. And if it changes, like at this point, I'm kind of interested to continue watching it just because I want to. Like I know there's a shift coming. I know there's like you can sense it from like the first 5 minutes. Like okay, well this is going on, but something's gonna change and it's gonna be a completely different dynamic. And I just want to know what that dynamic is. Like how do they even get from this point to that point? Not that it's impossible. Just, I mean, in real life, it should be impossible. Like, he should be like,
happen.
I stand up for myself. I don't want anything to do with you. Sure, I forgive your actions, but I still don't want you in my life. And then that's it. There's no shift, you know, because that's not
Right.
honestly realistic. But so I kind
Or
of
he
want to know.
stays in an abusive relationship. That's the
Or he
other
stays in an abusive relationship with him.
That's also
which happens a
equally as
lot.
realistic.
It is. It is indeed.
You get Stockholm Syndrome then.
Dude, love it. Stockholm.
I mean,
What a
it's,
nice
you know,
guy.
She obviously stuck around for some reason and like wanted to continue bullying him.
Yeah. I mean, and then again, do you think of it like bullying on the playground in, you know, like sixth grade or whatever, where you're
different.
pulling a girl's hair or poking somebody, you know, that's bullying. And sometimes people start rumors about people thinking they're going to like get their attention or whatever. It's just bad immaturity. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, will you guys keep watching?
Different levels
You guys
to it.
already dropping it.
I'm gonna keep.
I'll give it a
watching
couple more.
but
yeah.
if it continues just to feel bad to watch,
irritate
it,
you.
stop.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't be like, God, dude, I'm actively uncomfortable and hating watching this. Like,
It's like I like Karakai Jozu Takagi-san, and I didn't mind Uzaki-chan, but like this just
I
first
like
episode
Uzaki-chan.
felt super just mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you guys know me. I like the whole like razzing people shows, and like I like to razz people I know. Like so I love watching like that banter, but this doesn't feel like banter. It's one-sided banter.
Just feels
And
like-
so if we're a back and forth, it would be great. But
He's
like
literally
Uzaki-chan had
can't fight
that
for himself.
He can't.
Yeah,
He turtles,
I think that's-
as they say in the episode. Oh, he's turtling
Yeah.
again. Let's leave. Like
That's the thing that's like so
that's
hard to watch.
fucked, dude. Like, yeah.
Not gonna get a
Uzaki-chan though they
reaction out
had
of
it.
him.
No,
Let's
we
just go
need-
throw his books in the fucking pond
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah,
We
let's
need
fucking ruin his
Yansha
notes.
Gal. I feel like we should have got Yansha Gal instead of this show. I feel like that would have done way better as an anime. But I mean, you know,
It feels
I'm
bad.
the one in charge.
It feels bad for the same reason that the bullying that whatchamacallit does in Silent Voice is bad.
yes, exactly. It's good way to put it. All
Or
right.
what's her name
Well,
from Kurumi-chan also makes you feel bad because she's awful. She bullied.
Yeah. Well,
In a,
she's just a bitch, but yeah. Anyways,
how is that different? That's exactly the point. It just feels bad.
like a
That's the
different-
point I'm making.
different. All right, let's
not
move on then. Higehiro, I shaved and then brought home a high school girl. So
It's
we
good.
were
It's
talking about
Definitely not
this
true.
last
None
week.
of us have shaved. That's
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
incorrect.
very true.
No, I'm clean shaven. Remember, someone said
Yeah.
that once.
What'd you guys think about the? Well, Alec, what'd you think about this show? This is Rolando and I.
Why me?
Because
I'm just kidding.
Because we've read
I
this
know.
first.
exactly
I know,
saying.
I know.
Rolando and I've read
No.
it. We know what to expect.
I like it a lot. It's enjoyable to watch. I like the character dynamic between the two, and then the kind of evolving character dynamics between like the people he has at work. And I just think it just feels good. Like I typed it in Discord, and I was like, when he came home after drinking with his boss or whatever, and he was like kind of down, she's like, oh, you like miso soup after you drink, and he takes that sip and then he takes the cup down, and it's like this look of utter peace, like this man has achieved nirvana. I was like, that's like, damn, this guy's so happy. Like I want to drink miso soup and be that happy. That's how he looks. Just like, it's so wholesome.
Technically, he's achieved the dream of every Japanese man, which is to have a girl that will make miso soup for him.
So
Stays
he's
at home making miso soup.
making miso soup and cleaning.
cleans
And irons his shirts. Tells him to shave.
Yeah, but I'm taking it as he gets such pure joy out of
dream.
that sip of miso soup that he's just like it was just pure serenity in his face. Anyways, I love this show. It's fun to watch. And it's comfy. I think it's comfy. It has some really uncomfy elements, but it's comfy most of the
What's
time.
uncomfortable about it?
The whole like backstory of the girl.
How she had to kind of sell herself to.
Yeah, sell herself to have places to sleep and survive because she ran away from home, and that's not comfy. And that's really uncomfortable. Like when they mention her like having those smiles where it's like a forced smile that she like created to appease people because some shit has gone down. And it's like, damn, that sucks. And it's like, it's really heavy. But then his reactions are the comfy part where it's like, hey, have higher standards, you idiot.
Yeah.
Bah! But he doesn't actually hit her, but figuratively, like with his words, he's like, hey, psh, like a white glove slap. Like, hey,
Wake up.
wake up,
Do better.
idiot, do better. Here's a phone.
Just do it.
Just do it. Oh, I broke my finger. Yeah.
I'm glad you like it because
Yeah, that's good.
I remember reading this manga and I talked to Mark about it and then he started reading it and it definitely is that sort of like feel good type of manga. None of the characters you can really hate. It's like everyone's very likable. Well, minus one character that I'm not sure if they're gonna show this season or not. Like
They
I
haven't
have a
showed
feeling,
up yet, though, right?
No, I have a feeling they could potentially be at the end of the season if they go that far. But like, it's just like the show, like it doesn't feel like it's gonna go like that far in terms of like where they are and like what characters are there and like what the premise is. But like they will explore like Sayu and like kind of like her backstory a little bit and then like how like her relationship will be how fucking
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name either.
Main character guy.
Yoshida, I think, right?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I
I watched so much anime this past week. Like,
It's like
the names.
all I keep hearing in my head is senpai because like Mishima keeps calling him senpai, but
yeah.
it's like like all of like the heroine characters are good. The gal that's gonna probably show up in the next couple of episodes is a great, like very good character too. So
Great
it's like it's
sidekick,
hard to hate any of the characters in this series, and like if I'm assuming a certain character will show up, that will probably be maybe the potential conflict at the end of the season shows up, then there will be a character that you may not enjoy, but like for an understandable reason.
Yeah, you never know. People might be on
Yeah.
board with that and be like, you know,
Okay,
they got valid
They-
stances.
I don't think so, but
I disagree, but you're entitled
very
to your opinion.
dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm liking this adaptation so far. I think it's being done very well. Animation is great. Like, I think they also chose some great voice actors for these characters, because I mean, yeah, Sayu is like that's exactly like what I was just picturing or could hear in my mind as I'm like reading it. So yeah, I think that the show is going to be a lot of
Yeah,
of fun.
Yoshida is the guy.
You know what I will say is that Yoshida's voice actor, I could totally see him being Denji in Chainsaw Man.
Kazuyuki Okitsu.
He would
Yeah.
be a good Denji.
I like that. It's the type of voice that I kind of expect from Denji.
Yeah. I could see
I
that.
will-
I could see that.
I gotta say, I agree though that none of the characters are like hateable or anything, and I'm glad they didn't make the boss into some sort of villain. She was just like, oh, she rejected me or whatever, and it was like a normal interaction, not like some sort of revenge porn shit. I was glad it didn't go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to the show. I think this is going to be for sure one that I'm looking forward to every week, because yeah, it is comfy. It's got a lot of serious undertones in it, which is, you know, that's the part that makes me want to keep watching and like can't wait for the next episode, because yeah, there's some good stuff in this show. Yeah,
Definitely.
so looking forward to that one. Moving on, we still good on time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really quickly, a couple other shows. Combatants will be dispatched. I thought it
So
was fucking
funny.
hilarious.
It was funny.
I was
it was
dying.
stupid as fuck. But it,
Yeah. Well, no, I love that they had the throwback to Konosuba too, and he's like, magic explosion.
And then even in the next episode, they do it as well.
Yeah, I loved it. And then the character's like, so this is what you meant by crazy or whatever, and he's just here like with his hand outstretched. Oh, dude, I was loving it. I was so glad they at least had a mention to it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is gold.
Yeah, I'm really glad they threw that in there, because it's
Yeah.
like it's so unnecessary too, but it's you just love it.
Oh, it's absolutely necessary. Like, you have to have that in there. Just, I don't know. I like that they started, you know it's coming because the music starts creeping in, like the music that's around Megami when she has that, it's like coming in, and then he's like, explode. You're like, oh, I knew it. I saw that. Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then
Loved it.
it's the same, I guess, like relationship, like foil relationship of like Kazuma and Aqua that you have with Agent 6 and Snow. So
She's like a
Yeah.
like super overpowered person,
yet
AI
very
robot,
but she's
like,
very
doesn't wanna do
narcissistic as well.
anything.
Just like Aqua. So it's funny.
Well, use your evil points and buy me the thing.
Oh
buy
no,
me
but
something.
I meant Snow, the blue-haired girl.
Oh, the swordsman chick? Yeah, that too. Yeah. Where it just grabs her boobs. You wouldn't slice your sword all over the place with your princess here, would you? And he's literally hiding behind a girl, no shame. Just like, no, you're not gonna cut me. It's literally Kazuma 2.0, just with a cyber suit. Yeah.
Just in space.
Just in space on another planet.
Yeah,
With demons.
The show is so
Show's
dumb,
lit.
but I love it.
Oh, it's great. Well, Konosuba was so fucking dumb too. Like,
Yeah.
It was.
it's
I
just
will-
idiotic.
I will say that, like, I think I still enjoy Konosuba a little bit more, but this is still funny. The I guess that's like the problem with a show like this, where it's like if it's the same creator, and a lot of like the comedic elements are the same, it will start to feel familiar. But like you get a little bit of like that imposter syndrome type thing going on. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like this has sort of somewhat surpassed it because it's still funny. And I'm enjoying parts of it, but like I can see the character archetypes that like match the character archetypes from Konosuba, and so like it's a little bit like, oh, I've seen this before, you know. So it's like maybe it could have been funnier if this was my first experience into it and had not seen Konosuba before, but it's still funny, which is
I
good.
think it's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. If this is like your first intro to this type of humor or, you know, similar show, then this is probably beyond hilarious. Because I mean, I love Konosuba. I still think that this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought this was fucking hilarious because I'd watched Konosuba before, and it was like, yes, I wanted more of this, and I'm so happy to have this like familiar comedy and just like I know what I'm expecting and I'm getting it and I fucking love it. So for me it was like similar but a little flipped, and it's just I was dying. I was like practically crying watching the show. I was like, this is so funny.
I know.
It's so stupid.
I was like, this is so dumb.
This is so stupid. Where he literally pulls out a fucking camera.
He's like, what are you
this
doing?
angle. Oh my god!
So and then he's just like looking from that angle, and then you see it zooming. The camera is zoomed and it's starting to extend.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh, it's such a funny show.
It's so dumb. I love it.
I feel glad for the people who are getting into anime in this season or experiencing it for the first time, and I hope they go back and watch Konosuba and they're like, oh yes, I get what is it, 3 seasons of Konosuba, or was it
2 seasons and a movie?
2 seasons. They're like, I get 2 seasons in a movie of the same kind of comedy.
Movie.
Woo! Let's go! And then they're gonna be like, I want more. Bring me more. I'm happy for people.
Lucky people will get to experience that for the first time.
Yeah.
True.
Moving on, last show that we got here on the list, Zombieland Saga Revenge. This is another good one. I mean, I loved the first season. I think this is going to continue to be fucking amazing. The music was great.
Yeah.
I loved even the opening little theme song for the dried squid factory.
Oh yeah. They're doing their radio great. Calisthenics.
Yeah. I was like, this is great. I fucking love it. Yeah, I think we're in for another great season of this.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the goat, you got Mamoru Miyano.
Yeah, you got the famous Kotaro doing his shit. I thought that I honestly had no expectations for how they were even going to tackle this, because the first season ended on a somewhat high, right? Yeah, but the fact definitely. That it starts this way is just what the fuck happened? What is going on right now?
Yeah.
Why do they look dead? And then and then you show what Kotaro and what's kind of happened, and it's oh, okay, he was the one doing their makeup, and now he's just a fucking drunk that's just living in bars this whole time. He's got fucking Jesus hair, and it's just I see what's going on, but it's great. I'm definitely gonna look forward to watching this every week.
Oh, absolutely. I love that it just seems like they just have a general idea of Kotaro's character and probably have a few lines written out, and they're just handed it to him and they're go have at it, do what you will.
Just yell.
Just scream,
yelling. I just could only imagine what kind of shit happens in the studio with
it's
him.
Probably I'm sure the
script.
outtakes are so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's got to be a whole bunch of just ad libs or something. I mean, yeah, I think the show is fucking amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one a lot. So, all right. Well, any other shows that you guys wanted to talk about? That was on the end of our list. Anything else?
Are there any openings or endings you guys really liked?
I like the My Hero ones.
Yeah, they were really
My
good.
Hero is good.
Yeah.
I really liked Odd Taxi. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the Vivi opening was pretty good too. That was in episode 3. I thought that was pretty good.
The Odd Taxi ending I think was super jazzy.
You get knockoff burnout syndromes and Dynazenon, but that's probably the best thing that happened in that show.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Really good.
Just get burnt out real quick.
You just get burnt out on it.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Tokyo Revengers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And?
I don't know. I'll give it 3.
I'm going to keep watching it for now. Right now, the problem with Tokyo Revengers is I think the premise is intriguing, but I don't think the execution of the first episode was good.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Doesn't make any sense. Why?
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Nothing changed? Were you getting a whole season of Steins
Well,
Gate?
one thing changed.
No, one
was
thing
that
changed.
Yes.
The brother didn't die.
Yeah,
but
the
like,
bro's alive.
I just think that it's going to be weird. So like the main problem I have with it is that if you're a kid, like some 12-year-old kid, going to be 13 in May and all that shit. He like, would you just like, yeah, sure, this delinquent like saved you from being bullied,
kid.
but like you're gonna take that, and he probably had a personality change because his mentality went back to the future, like, and just go like, okay, this guy doesn't remember our conversation, so it's like, sure, maybe that means that he really was from the future, that sort of thing, and then like take that and like become a police officer, and then like save him, and it's just like. What like it's just kind of weird. It's like
There's so many
ass pulls that you have to like kind of pull like.
Yeah, because I remember I had watched it and you were like, "Have you watched it?" I was like, "Yeah," and you're like, "So how is it?" I was like, "It's weird. It's just like I don't know. It's just fucking weird."
There's a lot of.
I don't know about it. That's where I'm at. I don't know.
There's a lot going on in the show.
A lot,
especially with like the whole time leaps.
the timey-wimeys.
Preferred if they had stayed in the past.
Yeah, so would I.
That would have made a lot
like
more sense.
Erased, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like he went back and he's redoing.
Yeah,
And getting revenge. It's Tokyo Revengers, and he's getting revenge on the people who bullied in them with all his future knowledge.
Like him and his friends,
it's
like
exactly like Erased.
get stronger. Like
Yeah, but people like that. There's rehashes all the time.
That's what we're gonna get though. Like that's what it seems like based off of the ED, which literally just shows all the other characters and like he keeps going back. I mean, like that's what we're gonna get, but it doesn't make sense that they had gone back into the future just to say that it
failed.
It didn't work. It's like, oh well, we gotta go back. Okay,
but I mean, technically they did that a couple times in Erased, but.
Yeah, Mark.
That's right, huh?
Yeah. But not as often as it happened. In one episode, they did it once, so...
Yeah. It's going to be every episode.
It's going to end up with him waking up in a bed. Just like...
The 80 years old. Oh, God, when did I get so old?
Yeah, he's going to wake up in a bed...
Oh, God. No, that's
realizing
so sad.
that he had been drowned in a river.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. He's currently drowning in a river. Cement shoes.
And then we'll see that his best friend got with the girl that he had been trying to save. And then...
And the brother's next to him in the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you say in the bed.
No. No.
And then he'll get with the girl that he met in the future.
Ooh.
Nice.
I mean...
It may not be
honestly
spoiling the end to something else, but...
Like, that's... pretty much how the show is supposed to end though, right? It's like we already know what went wrong in the very beginning. Like
that's why I'm on it. Like
50-50 he saves her in the end and he
learns
with
something
her
from
at the very
it.
end of this series.
Yeah.
Or he
learns from it.
And that's it. Yeah, he learns
and
from
he
it.
Saves
and
somebody
goes
else
their separate ways.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wait for it to become an isekai.
Yeah,
he's in a different world.
He becomes Shield Bro.
Yeah.
This is actually just the prequel to Shield Bro.
It's a prequel to Million Lives.
It's oh. Now you're onto something.
Yeah. They're gonna go to space.
Ooh, yeah, they are. Can't wait for that. It'd be great. The great space isekai.
Yeah, the
space
Revengers.
Revengers again.
Oh God.
Revenge of the Revengers.
The story of how the gang members who beat him up go back in time to stop him from going back in time and foiling their plans. Yeah.
What if they were from the future and they're like, no, you need to not succeed.
They're also a looper.
You die.
Yeah.
Well, wait, wasn't the group called like the Tokyo Majin Gang or whatever?
Yeah.
So they're like the Tokyo, like you could either have Majin be like
Majin Buu.
demon people or magical people, so it's like I don't know.
They are magic.
Soylent Green is people.
If this was like
Spoilers.
like a training type of like a sports type of show where he literally just has to get stronger, I would have been fine with that. Like I thought it would have been pretty interesting. Like just go change the world, change the future, be a better person, re-life it. But
it's not.
We're getting some weird
But
shit.
it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably give this one 3 and then see after that.
Yep.
I'll give it a couple more.
Fair enough. Anything else on that list like that you might have watched or anybody else? Yeah.
No.
Alrighty then. Well, that does it for us this week. Just a couple announcements. Our Gotobu no Hanayome Season 2 shot number 5 is out. So if you are a manga reader and are have read up to the finishing of the manga, definitely go check out those shots. It gives our thoughts. So Rolando and I, we gave our thoughts on the show as a whole. Definitely went into stuff that happens in the manga and just compared
Speculations for what could happen.
Yeah, because I mean it's already confirmed for season 3, or actually wait, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it was. Yes, right. So yeah, we just gave our thoughts. Head over there if you know what happens at the end of the show or at the end of the manga, and then you can listen to us gripe about it. 'Cause that's what we did. Yeah,
We
it's
gripe.
great.
I mean, we did talk about what was good. But
All right, that's true. That's fair.
we did have gripes. It's only
fair.
natural that manga readers have gripes about anime adaptations.
That's exactly. You get the privilege to gripe about a show
If you've read the
after
manga.
you've
If
read
you
it.
read it.
Absolutely. Take full advantage of that. But yeah, head over to our website, animeondraft.com. You can listen to our shots on Gotobu no Hanayome Season 2. Also, we are still sort of figuring out if we're going to have an Orashiri for this season. So join us on our Discord. We have links on our website. We also have links on our Twitch page. It's twitch.tv/animeondraft. If you have any shows that you would like us to talk about, or if you want to join us for a rewatch, definitely head over to our Discord. Let us know any recommendations that you might have. I think we had a list previously. We might put that list back up as a poll on our Discord. So check that out. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you want to watch. We're open to anything, any suggestions at all. Maybe except for the one that everybody's going to say. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Boku no Pipi.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, well, that does us for us this week. Again, our website, animeondraft.com. We have links to all our socials, our Twitter. You can follow us there. You will be notified as long as you hit that bell icon whenever we do go live. We're currently streaming on twitch.tv/animeondraft. We've been streaming Tuesdays now. Our schedule changed just a little bit. So Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific time is when we go live. You can also check out our previous VODs of the episodes, or you can head over to the website. We have all our previous episodes up on there. Or you can also head over to any podcasting service of your choice and listen to our whole catalog of episodes. We have other shots on different shows that we've, touched upon in the past, other seasons of shows. Whatever, we got a bunch of great stuff on there. I was gonna say shit.
You want shit? We got it.
We got you. Yeah, and if you have anything else that you want to discuss with us, any concerns, recommendations, you can also hit that contact link on our website or send us an email, contact@animeondraft.com. It's hard to not look at that. Or you can fill out a short survey. Just lets us know how our listeners are, taking and thinking about our show, and gives us a little insight into what our viewers are thinking. So we really appreciate any sort of feedback that we can get from you guys. We also appreciate any reviews that you may leave us on podcasting services of your choice. So Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. Leave us a review. Leave us a couple of 5-star ratings. We really appreciate it. And yeah, as I said, head over to our Discord. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I think we're going to continue our Higurashi rewatch this Friday. We're going to be finishing, I think we're in the middle of the second season of Higurashi. So
we're on the last arc of Kai.
Ooh, last arc. Yeah, that's exciting.
King Kai.
Although there's technically another season that you
There's
should
more.
watch. There's another season set of episodes that you should watch definitely before Higurashi Sotsu, which is coming in July. But if you wanted to watch the rest of Go after Kai, you can. I think, personally. But there's definitely stuff that will make more sense if you watch Rei, I think, beforehand. Or no, it's Kira.
Kira.
Yeah. They're, because those are more like extraneous other things, but yeah.
All right. So yeah, join us for our Higurashi rewatch this Friday around 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I think that does it for us this week. Thank you all again for joining us. We will be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. Yeah, y'all take care. Be safe out there. We love you.
Drink responsibly.
Bye-bye.
Bye.